Porsche could take over Red Bull entirely as they enter the sport. Formula One is preparing for its major regulation changes in 2026, which will be the best opportunity for new factory teams to enter the Formula One arena as the engine development is frozen until 2026. In the last few years, rumors were spread about the entrance of the Volkswagen Group into F1, and now it has been officially confirmed by the Volkswagen CEO Herbert Diess. A number of discussion rounds were held between FIA and Volkswagen Group to confirm that they are on the same side of the page. FIA facilitates the entrance of the Volkswagen Group into Formula One through simplifying the engine by removing the MGU-H component in the energy recovery system. In return, new entrants have to stay within the sport for more than 5 years. Among the 10 marquee brands within the Volkswagen Group, Audi and Porsche are the selected brands that are going to enter Formula One. Audi has no prior experience related to Formula One, but Porsche had an F1 team that competed in the 1961 and 1962 championships. By 2026, Audi and Porsche teams will be in the grid with at least one of them as an engine supplier, and which will sharpen the competition between teams. Sometimes, Aston Martin also goes into an in-house development of their power units, and then there will be 5 engine manufacturers in the paddock. It was back in the V10 era of Formula One, there were many road car manufacturers on the F1 grid as engine suppliers. Brands like BMW, Toyota, Cosworth, and Honda were also supplying engines back in the early 2000s, in addition to the present engine suppliers. But with the transition from V10 engines to V8s, many engine suppliers left Formula One at different stages, leaving only Ferrari, Mercedes, and Renault as the engine suppliers when it comes to the turbo hybrid era. Honda returned to F1 as an engine supplier for McLaren back in 2015, but the lack of power and reliability issues of the Honda power units can be observed at the beginning. But Honda was successful in providing a championship-winning package to the Red Bull for the 2021 season. Honda decides to leave the F1 at the end of the previous season, leaving the Red Bull and AlphaTauri without an engine supplier. So, the Milton Keynes-based squad undertook the Honda F1 program with the aim of in-house engine development. Even though Red Bull is capable of using Honda technology until 2025, they have to switch to a new engine supplier to remain competitive enough, as their in-house development is not a dedicated automobile development. Although Audi and Porsche are from the same parental company, they have 2 different plans regarding their entrance to Formula One. Porsche will enter Formula One as an engine supplier partnering with existing Formula One teams. But Audi has a plan of competing in Formula One as a racing team, and now they are eyeing McLaren, which is an oldest Formula One team on the grid with a rich history. It is not clear whether Audi is going to carry out an in-house engine development program or depend on Porsche as the engine supplier. If Audi is successful in acquiring McLaren, the problem is whether the McLaren brand is going to remain in the future. Commenting about the participation of Volkswagen Brands in Formula One, VW CEO Herbert Diess said, "If you look at the major sporting events or events in the world, it's the case that in motorsport, it's really only Formula One that counts and is becoming increasingly differentiated. If you do motorsport, you should do Formula One, as that's where the impact is greatest. What's more, you can't enter Formula One unless a technology window opens up, which means, in order to get there, a rule change, so that everyone starts again from the same place. Porsche has to be the sportiest car brand in the world, so Porsche has to do motorsport," he said. And you come to the conclusion, if Porsche does motorsport, the most efficient thing is to do Formula One. You almost have to put a checkmark on that. He added, "Audi is a much weaker brand than Porsche. It can't demand such a high price premium. Audi actually has the better case for Formula One because it has much greater potential for the brand. They are moving into the higher segments, into competition with Daimler, and then Audi will also have a case where they say that makes sense," Diess said further. Even though earlier reports claimed that the Porsche will be an engine supplier from 2026, now some reports are dropping bombshell news about the total acquisition of Red Bull Racing by Porsche as the same as the Audi. A recent article from Essentially Sports, now taken down from the site, has hinted that Porsche is now looking to take over Red Bull entirely, as they quote F1 journalist Joe Saward, who wrote the following on one of his recent blogs. "It is clear that Porsche will join forces with Red Bull and will effectively badge the Red Bull powertrain engines in 2026, and there is speculation that there will be some kind of long-term option for Porsche to take over the whole team if Red Bull decides that it has done enough in F1. As same as you, we also feel it as something impossible. But the history of Formula One suggests that it is a place where impossible things can happen. Let's clarify whether Red Bull are going to leave F1 or not. Red Bull joins Formula One through the acquisition of the Jaguar F1 team owned by Ford Motor Company at the end of the 2004 F1 season. Red Bull is famous as an Austrian energy drink brand, but its contribution in motorsport and extreme sports can be observed over decades, and they are aiming at a free marketing strategy for its products, in addition to its value as an investment. Red Bull Racing is not the only team owned by them, but AlphaTauri as well. They have won 4 consecutive drivers' and constructors' titles within the time span of 2010 to 2013, and another driver's title in the previous season as well. Now, they are in a tough fight with Ferrari for the championship in this season as well. If Porsche is going to be an engine supplier only, then they're going to be the engine supplier for its sister team AlphaTauri as well. But the question opens regarding the future of AlphaTauri if Red Bull Racing is going to be acquired by Porsche. As mentioned earlier by Volkswagen CEO Herbert Diess, they enter Formula One targeting a global marketing strategy to increase its profit of the two car companies. Rebranding a competitive team like Red Bull Racing as Porsche will add more popularity to its brand than being an engine supplier. The fan base of Formula One subjected to a huge boost in the last few years with the involvement of social media platforms. During the inaugural Miami Grand Prix, ABC reports about record-breaking viewership of 2.9 million. So the timing is great for Volkswagen Group to enter into the sport, as now Formula One is with a large global audience. But the marketing strategy for Red Bull is the same as Volkswagen. The main reason behind the rebranding of Scuderia Toro Rosso as AlphaTauri is the marketing of their appeal brand to a global audience. Red Bull is still the leading energy drink brand in the world with a strong market, and they have made a lot of investments in different sectors. So they are economically strong, and we are not seeing any necessity to sell its stakes in the near future. Even Porsche needs to acquire Red Bull. 2026 arrives after 3 full F1 seasons onward now, and it's a long period. Things can be turned upside down, and all our predictions may be wrong when it comes to 2026. But we can say a few things exactly. Porsche and Audi will make it into F1 in 2026 as a team or as an engine supplier exactly. In the view of Red Bull, they are still not in a position of selling the team. Instead, they are thirsty to win more championships. Red Bull gives you wings, but will Porsche give wings to Red Bull? Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications to see more of our future videos. With that said, keep enjoying our videos, and I'll see you in the next video.